Hello and welcome back to Humans in 5.
Today we're going to talk about something that has been in the news for some time, but more recently is being re-examined.
An article titled "Everything You Know About Obesity is Wrong," written by Michael Hobbs, was published on the Huffington Post this month. It caught our eye because of the way it examined obesity from a number of different viewpoints, including medical, social, and cultural. We're not the only ones. This article was published on September 19th and has since been shared almost 400,000 times.
But let's start from the beginning. What does the word obese mean? According to the National Health Service in the UK, someone who is obese is very overweight with a lot of body fat. One of the most commonly used metrics to identify obesity is body mass index, or BMI. BMI compares your weight to your height to produce an index, with people being considered obese if their index falls between 30 and 39.9.
BMI isn't a perfect measure. Other methods have been proposed that may be more accurate for older men and women, for children, and for people from particular ethnic backgrounds. However, medical practitioners tend to agree that BMI works for most people most of the time.
Some of the people Hobbs spoke with as part of this article confirms this mismatch between BMI and obesity. Many people who have BMI numbers that put them into an obese category have nothing about their lifestyle that links with the typical narrative of obesity. That is, poor diet and very little physical exercise.
Hobbs brings out some really important points about the narrative around obesity and fatness in general. Obesity is seen by many as a result of poor choices. People become obese because they're lazy and can't control what they eat. This narrative has real impacts for larger people. As we talked about in a previous episode, there's a measurable bias against larger people when it comes to hiring practices.
And it isn't just hiring practices and the cultural aspects that need revisiting when we think about obesity. Hobbs points to a number of studies outlining a much more complex relationship between the food we eat and how our bodies process that food. More recent research implicates sugars such as fructose, found in a lot of processed foods, in how much weight we put on. Research from Lund University in Sweden has also shown that specific bacteria in our guts seem to appear more frequently in obese people than non-obese people, suggesting causes go beyond just diet and exercise.
These biological causes of obesity take place in a specific social context. The food we eat and how much time we have to exercise depends greatly on our annual income, where we live, how long we commute to work, and will also shift depending on our ethnic background. On top of that, private corporations such as insurance companies impose narrow definitions of healthy and unhealthy weight that affects how medical practitioners interact with larger people.
This has a personal angle for me. I've struggled with my self-esteem because of my size for most of my life. I've been lucky not to suffer from chronic health issues, though I'm conscious that I need to be more physically active with respect to my long-term health.
I also get caught up in the obesity bandwagon. I've been active in sports up to a varsity level, I do triathlons, and I love every minute, but by all measures, I'm either overweight or obese. People often express disbelief, and their reactions go to show some of the issues these measures have.
The thing is, eating more fresh food and being active every day is something we should all strive for, no matter our size. But we also need economic and medical support to achieve this. It's not as simple as saying lay off the cheeseburgers.
We hope today's episode's given you some food for thought when it comes to obesity, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe!